Penguin Random House Audio presents The Disappearing Act. This is the author, Catherine Steadman. Prologue. Have you ever asked yourself what kind of story the story of your life is? I always thought mine would be a coming-of-age story, a small-town girl making it in the big city, like Melanie Griffith in Working Girl or Dolly Parton in 9 to 5. Sure, I'd struggle for everything I achieved, but in the end, my plucky, can-do attitude would ensure I'd triumph over whatever obstacles stood in my way. Like Legally Blonde, or Pretty Woman, or Pride and Prejudice, the story of my life would be an uplifting comedy, in turns fun and moving and aspirational. I'd be strong and spirited and a riot to be around. I'd be beautiful and smart, and kids would love me. That's what I thought. But now, looking down at the gun in my hands, feeling the heft of it, its cold reality in my palm, I'm not so sure I got the genre right. In fact, I'm not even sure I'm the main character anymore. Chapter 1. The Good with the Bad. Friday, the 5th of February. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you just can't disappear. There's nothing you can do to melt back into the crowd around you, no matter how hard you wish you could. The tube carriage rattles and jolts around us as we clatter along the tracks deep beneath the streets of London, and I feel it again, the familiar tug of the stranger's eyes on me, staring. I've been in their house, or at least they think I have, but I don't know them. We're friends already, or we're enemies, but I don't know which. I'm part of some story they love or hate. I'm part of the story of who they are. They've rooted for me, cried with me. We've shared so much, and now I'm right here in front of them. Of course they're going to stare. I'm the unreal made real. On the fringes of my awareness, I feel the figure finally break the connection and whisper to the person beside them. I try to focus on my novel, to let my breath deepen and the story wash over me once more. All those gazes, like robins alighting on me and fluttering away, wary but interested. I know people always stare at each other on the tube, but these days it's different. The carriage rattles on, shuddering around us. Since the show started airing 4 weeks ago, I'm lucky to get through any journey without some kind of interaction from strangers. A shy smile, a tap on the shoulder, a selfie, a handshake, a late-night drunken gush, or a hastily scrawled note, and sometimes even, quite confusingly, a scowl. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I love my job. I genuinely can't believe how lucky I am. But sometimes it feels like I'm at the wedding of a couple I don't really know. My face aching from meeting so many well-meaning and complicated strangers, whilst all the time all I want to do is bob to the bathroom so I can get away and relax. I don't feel threatened by the attention, exactly. I know I'm safe. Although, of course, it's not always safe. I learned that the hard way a month ago when the police showed up in my living room after countless calls and emails, finally taking notice when my agent stepped in. He'd been waiting outside the theatre every night. Not particularly strange or concerning, just an ordinary man. I'd leave the stage door tired from work. I'd gone straight from filming on air to the Doll's House in the West End. At first, he just wanted a signed programme, and then a chat, and then longer chats that got harder to leave until finally he was following me to the tube station still talking. I had to start leaving with friends. I had to be chaperoned. One day, he couldn't stop crying, this stranger in his 50s. He just walked behind me and my friend, silent tears dripping down his slack face. His name was Sean. I tried to sort it out with the police myself, but it wasn't until my agent received a package that they took it seriously. He was just a stalker. Not even a stalker, really, just a lonely man trying to make friends. I told the police that, of course, but they insisted on following it up, issuing an official warning. I think his wife had died recently. They wouldn't tell me what was in the package he sent. I jokingly asked if it was a head, and they all laughed, so I guess it can't have been a head. I felt guilty about what happened. The friendlier I'd been, the worse it had got, and I only strengthened his perceived connection to me. I hope he's doing better now. I wish they just told me what was in the package straight away, because instead I spent weeks imagining the absolute worst. Weird photos, skin, teeth. Something his wife had owned. It was just a stuffed toy in the end and a slightly unsettling poem. But it's hard not to think the worst when you're trying not to think the worst. I know not everyone is strange, but some people are. At the next stop, as I gather my things and disembark, a few eyes follow, but when I surface at Green Park and the cold January air hits me, cooling my flaming cheeks, I chalk today's trip up as a success. No incidents this time. No drunken football chants demanding I say it, say it. Who knew Jane Eyre had a catchphrase? Who knew Arsenal supporters read Bronte? And yes, in case you're wondering, much to my shame, listener, I said it. You're late, my agent Cynthia smirks as I plonk down into the restaurant seat opposite her. Sorry, tube, I counter. She's already ordered us 2 glasses of champagne. I eye the chilled bubbles in front of me greedily. Are we celebrating again? I half joke as I shrug off my coat, but her silence makes me raise my gaze. You could say that, yes, she says, grinning before pointedly sipping from her champagne flute. I got a call this morning, she purrs, placing her glass down calmly, from Louise Northfield at BAFTA. A heads up, if you will. Louise and I went to St. Andrews together. We tend to keep each other posted. She loves you, by the way. So the word on the street is, though they're not announcing the nominees until a month before the ceremony, which is in May, but... She pauses for effect. You're on the BAFTA list. Nominees. For Eyre. Best Actress. For a moment, her words don't make sense to me. Then they slowly shuffle into meaning. I feel the blood drained from my face, then my hands, and in its place a rush of serotonin floods in the like of which I have never felt before, crashing through me. Holy shit, I hear the words come from me, distant as I fumble with a shaky hand for my champagne and gulp down a cool, crisp mouthful. The lightheadedness only intensifies. 7 years I've worked for this. This is it. This is what I wanted. Jesus Christ, I mutter. That's what I said, Cynthia chuckles, grinning from ear to ear. Now, here's the really good bit. All the other nominees are over 50, and they've all won before. I sober quickly, brought up short. Wait, is that good? Yeah, it is, she laughs. People love discovering actors, even if they've been knocking around for years. Plus, you've got great credits, pedigree, even though it's your first major leading role. You're Academy catnip, a safe bet that seems like a wild card. And everyone will be rooting for you. No one needs to see one of the ladies in lavender win another bloody award. I let out a nervous laugh and take another swig of my drink. 7 years of auditioning has taught me never to get my hopes up, but right now I can't help it. My happiness bubbles up, irrepressible. Cynthia catches the waiter's eye. Could we get a selection of everything, just whatever the chef thinks, she says airily, as if that's the thing people actually do in restaurants. Nothing too big, just a light lunch. She looks to me questioningly. Is that okay, hun? The waiter's gaze follows suit, both deferring to BAFTA-nominated me. Okay, sure, yes, that sounds great, I reply, and the waiter heads off with total confidence in what I'd personally consider to be a very confusing order. Cynthia leans forward on the table, businesslike. This is all going to be new for you, and to a certain extent it's new ground for me too. I mean, Charlie Redmond won Best Actor in what, 2...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?